Evening falls over the senator's manor. A young Alis has disappeared within the white and serene light, uncertain of the young man's fate. Everyone has retired to bed, except for a certain number of individuals who are concerned for the welfare and health of Alis, who would be staying up, staying guard, waiting for Alice's to hopefully maybe return.
Me.
I can't believe that
would.
this is the way that you're putting it out there. Like, only people who give a shit would be awake, I suppose.
Never.
Yeah,
Both dads, for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, like awake in worry, essentially, just kind of like holding on, because like characters might be like, yeah, they'll come back. Like, for example, when this happened to the goblins, they're like, all right, well, we're gonna keep going. Then like that, they'll come back at some time.
I love it. That's actually so funny.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
mean,
on brand.
A member of my crew is missing, therefore no rest until they're found.
Very, very good.
Kyron would also be up, but she'd be super tsundere about it.
Okay, would she be
I'm not worried, Baka.
Yeah,
But also, where the heck?
is she sitting in the corner, like sleeping while she's waiting?
Probably, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds
okay.
right.
So everyone's here. It is evening within the senator's manor. The senator has retired for the night, and it's just you all within the keep. What are you all doing? What is everyone's sort of like nervous habits right now?
Pacing.
Okay. You just see Armstrong pacing around the table. Leighton, what are you doing?
Leighton would be throwing immortality at one of the plants, like throwing it in the floor and then picking it up and throwing it in the floor over and over again.
This is a giant greatsword. You're just like axe chucking it over into the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fair enough. Luna, what are you doing?
I'm looking for bugs, like in this plant, like little aphids or things like that.
You're just digging through the plants of the senator's manor,
Yeah.
to find bugs. Okay. And then Kyron, what are you doing?
Kyron would probably be dozing, but also, like, chilling.
Eating cinnamon rolls. I'm sorry.
Can she have a cinnamon roll? Can she have just a cinnamon?
I did promise her food.
Can the food she's given be?
No, I'm sorry. There is no cinnamon rolls in this dip.
Wow!
I apologize.
Wow! It's
And
like
like
a
an
witch dude's
instant-
house.
And in that instant, every cinnamon roll in Io vanished without a trace.
And in that instance, cinnamon rolls do not exist in the world of Io. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But no, you would not have a cinnamon roll, as a request has not been made to the chef of the manor. Is already preparing some fresh bread. Cinnamon rolls were not on the menu in this case, so you'd have to make a special request a few days before. You sit there grumbling without a sweet treat in your hand. And Alis nowhere to be found.
Can we get a little refresher on exactly what we saw?
Absolutely. So, after a uncomfortable meeting with Brisbane's Archmagister, who is also the headmaster of the Arcane Academy, the Exodus Academy, and legal guardian of Alis, once they have departed, and you all had your quiet dinner with Senator Awig, aka Satan. Sorry, I'm reading chat. You wouldn't be far off.
Pronounced Satan, okay?
after a Settlers of Satan, after a uncomfortable dinner with the senator, who seems to be out of the loop when it comes to all these things, the room filled with a bright white and serene light. Both Sterling and Alis vanished from the room. Senator Awig, uncertain of what happened, bewildered by everything that has happened there. I believe Leighton was very threatening, perhaps, about just like, what did you do to the boy?
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
I
And
kind of feel like we all were. We kind of.
oh yeah, you all got very like what's happening here. It's over to the senator, Awig, and after a thorough grilling, Awig is just as unaware as you are. So you continue to wait within the darkened halls of the of where Alis and Sterling vanished. It is at that moment the light returns once again, searing into the room. As the light dims. Oh, wrong layer. Alis returns. The light leaves once again. As you all see Alis, but no Sterling. Alis, how would you like to appear within the room? Would you like to be elegant with your landing? Would you like to trip and fall or crash through the floor?
I was gonna say, I don't think that this is like a genteel thing at all. He's like, he looks pretty roughed up. Not like hurt, but you know, his hair is all tousled more than usual. He's like clinging for dear life to a decent sized book. And kind of, yeah, almost seems to stumble back in and sort of like rests a hand on the table to steady himself and looks around. Oh, it's dark in here.
Where in blue blazes have you been?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm sure that was really concerning. I was... honestly, I'm still not completely sure where I went, but we were taken to a floating city, the floating city of Atlas. But almost like in another time, another dimension, a different version of our world. Sorry, this is a lot. I'm gonna sit down. He'll sit down.
Aye. My thoughts exactly.
So, the heroes of Io, from our world, as far as we know, you know, people get snapshots of their life, their memories, but we don't know what happened to them. As far as we all know, they died in the fight, correct?
You look around to everyone who's not familiar with the history. This is you are the most studious member of the party.
I'll look around.
Aaron is absolutely glazed over. You lost
Okay,
her.
all right. He'll like plop the book down, and sort of rest his head on his hand and look around and say, "All right. To keep it simple, there was a battle that we know about because, again, of people who have strong connections with the heroes of Io, who were a large group of people who fought against the deities Div and Void. That is the situation that Sterling came from. That was the group that he was part of. He's admitted that.
Aye.
Wait, speaking of Sterling, where is he?
Oh, he said he needed to go somewhere else. I'll get to that, I promise. So, essentially, far as we've all known, the heroes died in that fight. They vanished, and no one has memories or flashes or visions at all past that point. But what actually happened was they were taken to a completely separate Io, a different version of our world, and turned into something else. They were essentially made into bioweapons. This is so difficult to explain. They're alive is the most important part. They are not themselves. We fought one of them, Sterling and I, and some of the goblins, I believe the goblins that maybe you fought with. And a few other people. A turtle? Anyways.
A turtle?
he gave me a book, so he's in my good graces. I'll remember him fondly. Anyways.
He's my
Of
favorite.
course he did.
A turtle gave you a book.
You're very easy to shop for.
Alis, by the way, has received the Book of Magic Missile Mastery, which will allow him to master the spell of Magic Missile, something that is taught at the academy.
Basically, my magic
Neat.
missiles are better, correct?
You are able to cast an additional missile when you cast the spell. So if you cast it at first
Ooh.
level, instead of 3 missiles, you cast 4 missiles.
Neat.
It's pretty dank.
So, oh gosh, Brett, I kind of need help here.
Yeah, absolutely. What would
Above
you like
board.
me to refresh? It was a lot of lore.
Yeah. Blue Dude was like, hey, I've been holding on to these guys
Yep.
to destroy Io.
Yep. It's so he introduced himself as a clone of an Astari known as Lagos, and he seems to have a beef with Io. So his job, or what he wanted to do, was create bioweapons to effectively destroy Io by transforming the fallen heroes that he has gathered at that point, and then cast them apart across Io. That's all you know at that point, because you really haven't seen where they went or what they've been doing.
Right.
What question did you have specifically?
I mean, that was it. I just wanted
Okay.
to double check the
Cool.
information.
I
So,
mean, you've been correct so far. So
great. Yeah, he would explain what Brett just explained, and then say, essentially, apparently, in most versions of our world, we didn't win. It went badly. We're one of the few versions of Io that still exists, where any of us are even alive. But now the heroes have been re-released, I suppose is sort of a harsh way to put it, but they've been put out into the world here again. But none of them are of their right mind, and they're insanely powerful. We fought one of them, and he was able to come to his senses. Doki. He honestly lovely. He seemed to know Sterling fairly well, I suppose, but there is another hero named Wazy, and the both of them are very fond of her. They want to go and find her. And I think, he'll wince a little, I think I know where she is, because I think every one of us that was brought there was brought because we have a stronger connection with those heroes than most people who are living currently. And I think that my connection is with Wazy, and that's why I was brought there. You're following me. I know that this is really difficult.
Aye. So you're saying Sterling is not affected by whatever's happening with the rest of them?
No. He was never brought to this other plane and turned into something different.
Aye,
He's just
because we
always
found
been
him as
Sterling.
a statue.
Well, it would have happened a long time ago, but do you remember the keep that we went to before?
Aye, Gobwater.
Yes. I think that's where she is. I keep seeing ever since she was casted away, I've been seeing visions and flashes of her at that keep. She must be there. So I've told Sterling that, and he's hoping to, I don't know, help free her. I feel like I need to be there too, but I don't know how soon he's going to do it. So I suppose I just wait until I hear from him.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Well, in the meantime, did you still want to go purloin those adoption papers?
There'll be a look on his face like he completely forgot the situation that he had left from. Like so much had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the headmaster. Oh, gods, and we're still in this place? You guys didn't leave?
You
Did you
disappeared,
expect
of
us to
course
leave you
we didn't.
behind?
How long do you think that you've been gone for?
I don't know, honestly. How long have I been gone for?
It's above board.
Has she been
Above board, Brett.
Looks up.
He's
He's been gone for
Ayla's
hours.
only gone for a few hours, right?
Correct. A few hours. And Ayla's, it felt like you were gone for a few hours as well with everything that
great.
happened.
Yeah.
Only a few hours.
Right. Tracks.
Sorry, I
well-
like the expression of Leighton is about to reveal something serious to you because he thinks you've been gone for weeks, and you're just like, I've also been gone for a few hours. You're like, I see.
Well, I thought to Aylis that like Aylis was gone for several days.
Oh, yeah,
And
no,
for
it's
us
fine.
But for us, it's only
No.
been
I kind of
a
thought
couple
that
hours.
too, yeah.
Yeah. No, Ayla's.
So it was 1-to-1.
It was 1-to-1.
Yeah, it was 1-to-1.
Okay.
So
I'm
we just
sorry.
found that out.
I didn't mean to poke fun. I just like the reveal of just
No,
looks
it's
over
good.
and be like a few hours.
Looks deep in my eyes. You've only been gone a couple of minutes. Oh, great. I also thought I had only been gone a couple minutes.
Okay, then.
Okay,
That's
whew.
wonderful. I'm so
Thank
glad.
God. Yeah, exactly.
Everything's fine.
On the plus side, if you're looking for an adventure in the future, I can go back there whenever I wish, I believe.
That's correct. So,
How?
so as an above board thing, as a recap for you, Aylis now has the ability to ritually cast a portal to the altered city of Atlas. It requires a 1-hour casting time. Doesn't take up any slots or anything like that. And you're able to teleport to the city. Because I put you all into the IO campaign setting, you guys can teleport to Atlas whenever the fuck you want. You just let me know you want to do it. I will take you there right away. And there are a few things that may be of interest for everyone there at Atlas if you ever do decide to return there, whether this evening or at another time.
Interesting.
So you're free to say that or explain it any way you want, Dodger.
I have a spell. We all seem to learn it, even people who don't really have a gift for magic. It'll take me a while, though. I'm not used to casting portals, but I can do it now.
And why would we want to go to this Atlas?
Well, it's a pocket away from here. Not being funny, but we get into trouble fairly often.
Sounds like a good getaway.
You're not wrong.
It seemed like the people who were there, it was almost as if they were compelled to not take much notice of us or to not care about us much. It's honestly the perfect place to run away to if we need to. But, like, kind of roll his eyes at himself. I'm honestly just very curious what else is there. I didn't get, an opportunity to see everything or really understand everything.
Well, perhaps it's worth a visit.
You are free to travel now to Atlas if you so wish. I will also let you know above board there are a couple of things of interest there. Some that Aylis is not even aware of at this point.
We could go whenever.
Correct?
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And this portal doesn't take anything out of you or hurt anyone or anything? It just appears?
Aylis will squint a little. I haven't tried it.
We could try and just have someone go in first.
Yeah, he'll look around a little bit and
One, two, three, not it.
He'll make eye contact with Armstrong, and then get kind of shifty and go, "You want to go now? I literally just got back."
Not necessarily. I say
I'm
we could
curious.
all probably stand to get some rest.
Thank goodness. Anyway, more importantly, I'm sorry that I worried all of you.
It wasn't your fault.
He'll nod and also be kind of surprised that she didn't immediately say, I wasn't worried. Fuck you.
Well, we're just glad you're home safe.
Aye.
Yo, so, Sterling, though?
Yes, I don't know where he is. I assume he's making his way to the keep to see if she's there, or if it's just my mind playing tricks.
More than likely, Sterling went with Qua, since Qua was pulled in the same continent that the keep is at.
There you go. Shrugs in Alis.
Are we at the place where we were intending to research the deep one?
Oh no, not yet. You're still in the senator's keep. You're interested in going into the Exodus Academy, which will allow you, which means you'll need to fly over there because you're kind of in like mid to east Brisbane, and the academy is more over in the west of Brisbane, over in the Ishtar Mountains.
But we are on the right like continent.
Yes, that is correct. You are on the continent of Ishtar.
Okay.
Which is where
yeah, I'm just thinking Armstrong wouldn't want to leave here, physically leave here.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Atlas is another thing. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, it is evening within the keep. If you would like to rest for the evening, you are free to do so.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Please go ahead and take a long rest at this time, as you guys have well earned it. And then let me go ahead and boom. As the sun rises over the keep, the morning, early, as a breakfast is being prepared, the senator is still trying to get rest from a very stressful evening from the night before. You would have a few hours before breakfast would be ready for you, as well as the senator's arrival, where you can go ahead and request whatever it is you wish or need to. But I would say the morning is early at this point, and you have a couple of hours to burn. Is there anything that you guys would like to do during those couple of hours?
Before the senator would show up, I think Alis, concerned that a conversation had happened without him, would say, "We're not going to fly their flags on our ships, correct? That's not on the table?"
Bleeding hell no, not on my watch.
Ah, good.
Okay, you have that conversation. Is there anything else you like to do over the next couple of hours?
Read Magic Missile Mastery.
Okay.
I feel like Kyron would be creeping the kitchen.
Okay. As you could go ahead and creep over in the kitchen itself, looking at everything that the chefs were going to make at that point.
Luna actually wants to go to the kitchen too, because she's getting low on like tea supplies and things like that, and she likes to have a lot of fun stuff in her bag, so she might sneak over too.
Okay.
Kyron is absolutely sneaking some bites.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you'd go ahead and raid the pantry for the tea a little bit. You would get everything made as far as eggs and stuff like that, or see everything that's getting made. Kyra would probably be dipping her fingers within all the meals that are being made. Chefs would be shooing Kyra away from the kitchen. Alis, you're reading.
A handful.
Yeah. Alis, you're reading your book of Magic Missile Mastery. Yeah. So Armstrong and Layton, what are you guys doing over the next couple of hours?
I think Leighton would probably try and get some extra sleep.
Okay. Leighton continues to slumber after a stressful night. Armstrong's
Armstrong. Grumpily pacing around the place trying to figure out where he can get a cup of coffee.
Coffee itself would be brewed. It is actually an exotic delicacy of Brisbane. So you would actually be able to get some coffee fairly easily.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else during the next couple of hours that I need to know about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just eating.
Okay. You guys would arrive back at the dining hall at that point in time. The senator would awaken. See young Alis back with a expression as if he has seen a ghost. What? I see some events have transpired here. He slowly walks around back to the front of the table. Are you all right, young man?
Yes, just magic gone awry. It's very normal in my life, unfortunately.
He has a concerned expression on his face. Anything I should be made aware of? You're not going to blow up my keep, are you?
No, absolutely not. It's always of the teleportation variety.
I see. That sounds too stressful for my line of work. Well, wait, where is the other elderly gentleman?
He got lost. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's very old.
He blinks a little bit and says,
Oh my gosh.
I'm aware, but of his with his condition, did he wander off anywhere? The
Yeah, he did. It's fine.
The elder still thinking that because of his old nature, that his mind is not what it used to be from the last lie that Sterling had told him. He'll look over at Kyron's nonchalant attitude, and it's just like, it's fine, but what do you mean by this?
Do you know
He normally
him?
winds up
We
asleep
know
on the
him.
ship. It'll be fine.
All
He
right,
always
then.
comes back eventually. Don't worry about it.
All right, then, I suppose. At that point, you would all be served a full breakfast of assorted salted porks and ham, scrambled eggs, and with full loaves of bread, sliced or unsliced, depending on how you would like to serve it at that point. Coffee is served along with cups of water to wash it all down. A full meal to prepare anyone for their travels. The senator will then look over at everyone with your food presented in front of you and question. So, where are you off to today? Is there anything else I may assist you with? Did you think more about the ship?
I thought about it.
What decision did you come to?
Well, I suppose I'd be open to the idea of the misdemeanor being airborne.
Ooh.
It's just another great big expanse to explore.
We could make that work. And what of the crew? What of the flags?
Isn't this supposed to be a thank you for, saving your asses? No flags.
We'll be flying our own flags.
I understand that, but if you were to take a Brisbane crew, it'll have to be a Brisbane ship. He'll think to himself, although I do understand the independence when it comes to your line of work.
You were gonna say yo ho hoing. Yo ho hoing.
Yo ho hoing. Well, I suppose he'll look over. I do have a few eager engineers who believe they've come across a way to make a ship maybe as small as yours able to fly. Maybe we could come to some sort of agreement. I do wish to reward you for all that you've done. If you would be so kind and interested and willing to take a little bit of a risk, we could easily, I feel, get your ship able to be airborne. It wouldn't be permanent as all airships of Brisbane, but you'd be able to fly with it temporarily, using the power of steam and aerodynamics. You wouldn't have to fly any colors because you wouldn't need additional crew to operate it. It would be something that we'd be able to teach you and your crew of your own.
Aye, we've all the crew we need right here.
I see. Well, he'll think to himself again. I could always put it into order to work on your ship. If you have other business here within the continent. It may take some time, well, I'm uncertain of what exactly will be changed with your ship. That would be for the engineers, but theoretically, I think we would be able to give your ship temporary flight. That might be able to help you get over through past land masses and the like. Probably wouldn't be able to fly over wide oceans, but enough to fly over a continent, maybe for several days at a time. Of course, you'd have to be mindful of your coal, as well as your engine outputs. You'd hate to be crashing onto the ground and then be marooned in the middle of a landmass. But this could probably be something I could provide for a ship of your caliber. As a reward, as a way of saying thank you for all that you've done for the Kingdom of Brisbane. Would this suffice enough for a reward? He'll look over at Armstrong.
I believe so, but I'd like to talk it over with the crew.
Yes, of course. He'll take a bite out of his eggs, look forward again, and be like, oh, I'm sorry, is this one of those I need to leave the room things again?
'Twould be best.
The senator gives an audible sigh as he takes another bite of his eggs and walks out of the
Much
room.
obliged!
As he's just hungry and keeps not eating meals.
Did he leave his plate?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Kyron takes his plate.
Oh, man. He's not going to like that.
Kyron eats his food.
Oh my god.
You see Kyron reach over to the old man's plate, hunger in her eyes as she just drags the plate over and begins scarfing down his meal.
He glances up from his book and tries not to smile.
Kyron, do you have to eat everyone's food?
You never know when the next meal is coming.
Yes, we do. We have a boy who makes meals.
You never know we'll run out of food.
Wait. What?
Where is he anyway?
He stares straight into
Nicholas
Leighton's
is
eyes as she takes another bite.
Nicholas is currently in the kitchen, curious of how other chefs prepare their food.
Of course. He's learning.
Oh yeah, he's leveling up.
Very exciting.
Well, what say ye, crew? Do we have time to wait here for upgrades? Or do we need to embark on this journey to Gubwater?
I mean, as far as I can tell, Wazy is sort of stuck at the keep. It's like her mind is keeping her from going anywhere else. So we might have time, but I don't know. Also, none of you have to go with me to the keep.
I think we all know we're gonna go with you to the keep.
I'm making it clear you don't have to go with me, that's all. I feel pulled there.
Well, your courtesy is appreciated, but unnecessary.
Might as well make sure you don't die.
Besides, as your legal guardian, it'd be irresponsible to let you go on your own.
You were paying attention earlier when you were told flat out that you cannot claim that you're my legal guardian yet.
Yet.
So we're supposed to let a little young boy go on by himself?
He's been like kind of halfway smiling through the whole conversation. He just kind of shakes his head and looks back at the book. Thank you all. I appreciate you very much.
What is this? Feelings? Peh.
All right. Tell me how you like the cut of this jib. We go to the library. We do our much-needed research. See if you can't get your old captain his soul back. Learn something about the Deep One. And so on. Right about the time the ship is ready, we have us a little heist. We find the adoption papers. We steal them. We get to our ship. And we take to the skies and get the hell out of here.
That's like a pretty good plan to me.
Man, this checklist just keeps getting longer, doesn't it?
You get used to it.
Isn't it exciting?
What is the law of this land anyway? When they say legal guardian, like who enforces that anyway?
In my situation, there's essentially paperwork. The Theo Mother's house that brought me in, it's essentially an orphanage. They had papers drawn up. There's a magic seal on the papers, so they have to be destroyed through magic means.
I imagine normal situations, it probably isn't very enforced, but considering Aelis's guardian is a big old bigwig, that kind of complicates some things.
Thought you were going to say bitch, and I wasn't really going to correct you.
Well, that too. She's a bitch, but
Oh, she's a
bitch.
total bitch, friend.
Bitchwig.
Why would one waste the gift of magic on bureaucracy?
What a
That's
bitch.
what I want to know.
Brisbane is all about their magical bureaucracy.
Well, it sounds like we know what we need to do now then. Aside from tell the senator that he can come in and realize that someone's eaten all of his food.
Kyron slides the plate back over. It's empty.
We just gotta
Aelis-
gaslight him into
Aelis-
thinking
no,
he ate it all.
Aelis has been reading this whole time and has not touched his food, so he'll trade plates.
Kyron takes that plate.
Leighton grabs the plate from Kyron and puts it puts his left hand on her face to prevent her from trying to get it.
Kyron grabbing hands it. Kyron's grabbing handsing.
And at this moment, the senator comes back in.
I
Gwen, give me my food back!
It's not yours.
It's my food.
I'll get you another one.
the
Wasn't
senator.
gonna eat it.
The senator stares at the plate, watching the grabby hands encounter happen, and it's like, actually, I'm very hungry. I was planning on eating that. If you needed another plate, you simply can just say so, but he'll look again at the grabby hands of Kyron. I'd prefer if you didn't eat my food. He looks at
Here
the
you
plate.
go.
Yeah, he looks at the plate and he just thinks to himself, believing he had already eaten the food, but sees a plate presented full of food, untouched. Thinks to himself for a bit before he then begins to dig in.
Hey, by the way, that's Aelis's plate.
He stops eating. He looks over and says, "Oh, how did I mix this up? I apologize."
No, I believe that it's
No,
your plate.
it's your plate.
He looks back at
Gonna look
Kyron.
over it.
looks
It
at
was Aelis's plate, but Aelis so kindly is giving it to you. How about that? She looks bitter.
Kyron, check this out. Luna pulls out of the back. She has the baguette in one hand. She has a stick of butter in the other hand, and then she puts a sack of sugar on the table, and she has this stick that kind of looks like a cinnamon stick. And she starts putting butter on the bread and pouring sugar on top and grating cinnamon. She's like, check this out. I call it cinnamon baguette. And she like pushes it towards Kyron.
Kyron's eyes sparkle.
What is happening here?
She makes grabby hands.
Pretty good.
Senator,
Is it for me? Is it for me?
if there's anything I've learned on this journey, is that we've met a lot of interesting folks. And this one in particular cannot stop eating no matter what we do. Just eats everything.
You never know when you'll run out of food, okay?
We do when we have a chef on board.
You can't cook anything if you run out of food. Chef means nothing.
He slowly eats his food. I see. Continues
Anyway.
to consume the eggs.
Look at Armstrong. Like, please save this. Put us back on track for the love of God.
Aye, so we have us a plan then.
He looks up, continues to eat the food. And how may I assist in whatever plans you have?
Senator, would we have access to research at the Exodus Academy library?
Aye. We have a captain here amongst our crew, or rather a captain in training, if you will, who happens to be the captain of the library. And they...
He stops questioning at this point.
He's just nodding, dude.
Luna just elbows Alis. Hey, captain of the library.
We need access to your library so our captain of our library can consume any information from yours.
So that we can save the soul of this here captain.
He looks over at you and he's like, oh yes, that's right, your tragic tale of losing your soul. Of course, I don't see why not. You're looking to go to the Exodus Academy, correct?
Aye!
Oh, well, I'm certain you would be allowed within the doors, and if there is some sort of bureaucracy that ties up anyone's entry, you shall be given permission. He will then beckon over a servant to give him a quill and a piece of paper, and he begins to write a writ of permission, allowing everyone here access within the academy. From what I understand, though, there's a bit of shifting going around. Apparently, with points over, just in a general direction. Apparently, there is an investigation going on with the individual that you faced off. Was actually a former instructor of the academy. The Archmagister thought it best to shut the academy down for the year, so that way a further inquiry investigation can be done. However, because of your, I would say, careful nature, as long as you don't...
You can say it, we're the best, we know.
He looks at you quietly and continues his thought, not wanting to follow up with that. If you're able to stay out of the investigators' ways, as well as the students who are leaving, for those that have decided to leave for the year, I believe some will be residing as well. As long as you're able to keep a gentle step about, I would say I would permit you to access in there, especially to its library, specifically for any research that you may need. I don't see an issue with that. You'll finish writing the writ, and he'll hand it over to Alis. If any of the Inquisitors give you an issue, present them with the writ. They will recognize the seal. One more thing. He will take the writ back, roll it open, hold out a hand, as you will see arcane magic sparkle from the hand, and an arcane mark is left on the sigil before he hands it back to Alis.
What was that?
Yeah, great. Kyron asked.
Yeah.
Is magic?
He looks over and he says, all senators are required to learn at least a low-level amount of magic. It was especially important, considering that we have one of the finest magic schools in the land, the entire planet of Io. It
That
isn't.
doesn't answer my question. What was that?
Oh, just a simple mark, a signature, if you will. It allows for papers and documents to not be forged over easily by someone who is crafty with the quill. This mark is my own.
Sorry.
Go on.
If I open it up and look at it, can I tell if that's what it is?
Yeah, as you go ahead and look, you see his signature in the quill, but then as you stare into it as an arcane spellcaster, you see what appears to be a sigil, a mark of his house, placed upon the paper that kind of glistens and glows a little bit. The paper itself is magical in nature.
Alis will try to not like overtly. I don't think Alis wants to let the senator know that he was checking to see if he was lying, but we'll just kind of like catch eyes with Armstrong and give like a small nod, like, yeah, that's what it is.
Can we Arcana check it or anything?
Yeah, you're free to do so. Yeah, it is a simple arcane mark that has been placed upon the paper. The mark, of course, could be dispelled, but since all senators and officials mark with some sort of arcane mark, either of their house or of what they have, their magical imprint is placed upon the paper. If a paper like that is dispelled and no magic is identified, it is either assumed to be a forgery, a fake, or something that has been stolen.
Interesting.
Well, now that we have our piece of paper that lets us do things.
Did he say that out loud?
Yes.
He squints a little bit over at you before continuing.
Armstrong just hates this.
Yeah.
The bureaucracy of it. Yeah, Alis will make as though he's finished his book and close it kind of like, with finality and say, well, it's been a wonderful breakfast then, shall we?
You are always free to come visit if you ever need a place to stay. You will always be welcome guests within my home. He'll nod over at you all.
Can we stop by for lunch?
Sighs a little bit before stating, yes, of course, a meal will always be waiting for you, heroes of Brisbane.
Good. Very good.
So now you do know where your next meal could come from, so maybe you could settle down a little.
I mean, that only counts if we're in this area. We're leaving now.
Come on, then.
She grabs a handful as she gets up.
I could have you depart with loaves of bread if you wish.
Yep.
Please, just do it already.
Yes, good.
With that, the senator will gather for you a months of rations, as well as 3 loaves of bread.
Great. What a delight.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There you are. You'll always know where your next meal is.
Excellent. Thank you.
So just kind of skip away now.
The
She's
senator,
satisfied.
the senator makes special notes. Makes a special note of Kyron, the one with the the portable the one with the portable hole for a stomach. All right. As you depart, there will be a station, the senator lets you know, of an airship that will actually allow you to depart over to the Astral Academy. They are currently sending ships out for official measures, specifically to prepare people for departure. So these are some of the last few ships that will be leaving at that point in time. If you wish to head over in that direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Before heading in that direction, I do want to ask, is anyone planning on visiting the city of Atlas during this session? There are a couple of things that everyone will be able to gather from it, including a boon. I won't go any further than that until you visit again.
Broom?
Ooh.
Boon.
Boon. Oh.
A broom.
It's like
That's right.
Also a broom.
Lean as ship.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
All it takes is an hour ritual, and the airship will not be departing for quite some time.
Is it dangerous?
Let's go for it. I'm curious.
No, Atlas. So the last, the last thing that they saw, the city itself has been empty. It's completely abandoned, except for one blacksmith.
Yeah, I'd like to go. Does the blacksmith make tiny anvils?
There, I believe there was the exact same tiny anvil asset in front of that blacksmith.
Yeah, I'll go.
Does everyone want to go to Atlas? Any sort of what's the word? I forgot the word. Objection. Thank you very much. I don't know why I forgot the word objection. Any objections for that before you guys depart from the airship?
No. If we have time and everyone wants to
Let's
go,
go to Atlas.
let's
Why
check it out.
And then Alis will feel a little less crazy because everyone will have seen it.
Okay, 1 second.
I sit and cast for an hour straight, sweat dripping off my sweet young brow.
What is happening?
Kyron crouches nearby and watches intently.
Layton, what's he doing?
Go away, you're making me nervous.
I
I'm just watching.
don't know anymore. If we're being honest, I'm getting real sick of magic.
It's fascinating, though. I can't stop looking.
Everyone's magic. My sword's magic. Our ship is magic.
Could you have this
Magic,
conversation
magic.
literally anywhere else?
Aye, fine.
See? Even the boys' magic.
I'll go
What
to
does that mean?
these nice couches here.
So, after an hour's cast time, I'm happy to inform you that the portal is not an actual portal that rips open. After the hour cast time, you are able to choose up to 10 willing participants, 10 targets, and teleport them to the altered city of Atlas. Alis, who would you like to teleport? I'm assuming your entire crew?
All my buds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, what if we took the
Everyone
senator?
but the senator that's in this room.
It has to be willing participants. So if you chose the senator and he didn't know
Hey,
what
we
was,
like to see
No.
you
Like,
could.
why
You,
did I feed these people?
I mean, you are more than welcome to be able to be like, "Yo, senator, can I show you something?" And if you would like,
that's
That's
good.
messed
okay.
up.
'Cause then I'm also assuming you're casting this like on the outside of the road and not necessarily
Yeah,
in
I'm not
front of the
casting it
senator.
in this building. Yeah.
Oh my, what are you doing over there? Nothing. As like black star magic is
worry
like
about
pouring
it.
around it. Your eyes are just glowing black and white from the portal that's being created. All right.
Oh, it's just magic. That's all.
Don't worry about it.
Okie dokie. All right. So with that, you are all willingly, looks around, teleported.
No, I object. Kidding.
I object, the person who cast the spell.
Never mind. I cancel it at minute 59.
A searing white light bathes over all of you. The same one specifically, the one that pulled Alis away. However, this time, it is controlled a nature of magic. As you arrive within what appears to be a decadent city floating above the clouds. A floating city specifically.
Oh, wow. This is Atlas, you said?
A version of it, sort of frozen in time.
Brett, there are 2 A-list tokens on the field.
Lol.
Where's the other A-list token?
All the way
North.
up at the
On
bridge.
the
Sorry.
stairs.
Okay, thanks for letting
Delete
me know.
my boy. Thanks.
I've deleted.
It's just a Spider-Man meme.
As you walk over, you see what appears to be a lycanthrope working, crafting some swords. Specifically, they're working on currently an axe made of green dragon scale.
Wow.
She looks up to you. More visitors. Welcome. As you just see her continuously crafting.
Kyron's very curious.
What can old Manda do for you? She continues crafting at the great axe.
You're very skilled to be able to craft things out of dragon scales.
I was one of the first. It was a memory that I had from a different lifetime. At that point, you will see her glow a little bit of hues of black and white.
Huh.
And don't mind that. Apparently, I've been in this city for quite some time. She continues to forge at the weapon.
You all right?
She shrugs a little bit. All I've been doing currently is just forging, crafting, honing my skills. And yet I still seem to house the memories of previous lives, alternate lives. I'm not entirely certain how it works, but it's as if I can see and experience different lifetimes of myself. She cackles a little bit. It's made me a very worthy blacksmith. However, I don't get many useful projects like this. And she holds up the great axe. This was apparently a piece I made once a long time ago. But you all seem to be capable adventurers, She'll look over at Armstrong, who has approached her. And what of you, old man? What weapons do you have?
Well, I carry a enchanted rapier from the heroes of legend, as well as this here scimitar taken from the slain body of the War Master himself.
These are fine pieces. If you're able to gather some additional material, I would be happy to forge them into something new. Meanwhile, any of your... She sniffs a little bit. Mundane armaments, I can simply empower. Of course, I don't ask for gold. That seems to be worthless here. I just need something to hone my skills. So, something that Alis knows, that everyone else here does not know. In the altered city of Atlas, Manda, the lycanthrope kindled blacksmith, is able to turn any piece of weapon or armor into +1 quality, free of charge. No additional materials required.
Holy mackerel.
Ooh.
She has been smelting for many lifetimes, for centuries. She is consistently melting down materials and weapons and armors that she's made, and re-smiths and smelts them either into ingots and various things. She, as a kindled, which is a new race to Io that's been introduced recently, she does not need sleep, nor does she need food or water. So all she has done for lifetimes now is just smith and smelt and try to improve her skill.
That's so badass.
She's honed her skills up to a point where she just seeks a challenge. She wants something new. And so any weapons and armor of mundane value that you give to her, she is happy to do so. For more powerful stuff, you will need to essentially gather materials. Typically can be found from powerful encounters, as well as any dungeons and things like that. And then she will be able to improve your quality of weapons to +2 and +3.
So say the armor that Kyron got from Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
Is that +1able?
What's the armor?
I'm looking at my equipment. It just says literally leather armor of Sterling Smiles.
Oh.
I don't remember specifically what it was that Sterling gave her, but Or
if it's
that you took from Sterling, rather.
Didn't I give you that?
Yeah, you did give me that.
But it used to belong to Sterling.
Yeah, it used to belong to Sterling.
I think that was +1 leather.
Yeah, if it's +1 leather, she can't do. Oh, of Sterling Smiles, which is his name. Yeah. Yes, your leather armor is already at +1 quality, so she cannot improve it further without the appropriate materials. But
Okay.
if anyone has any armor on that is not +1, she can turn that into a +1 for you.
I don't have any armor.
Like short bow or daggers or those kinds of things.
Yep, if you give her your short bow or daggers that have nothing attached to it, she can easily turn it into a +1.
Ooh.
Amanda,
Amanda,
yes.
if it's not too much trouble, would it be okay to give you my short bow to work on?
She looks over. Let me see that. As you just see her just hairy paw extend out. I see. Yes, this would be an easy task. Although I wish I had something a little more challenging. But yeah, I could do that for you easily. Would only take a few minutes, actually. Anything else?
I've got a question.
She sees Leighton, who has walked around her table. At a different lifetime, she would try to snap your arm, but she has found patience in her life. What of it?
What do you know about this? And Leighton pulls a mortal from his back and
Oh, yeah.
shows her.
She sniffs a little bit. A smile falls over her face. Oh, that is a finely crafted piece of weaponry. May I hold it?
Aye.
She will put down everything that she's working on before she steps back a little bit, giving the sword a few swings. And she just cackles a little bit. Oh, this sword sings. Oh, such rich history within this blade. Oh, she looks over at you. How attached are you to this weapon? Before she hands it back to you, realizing asking such a question may imply malicious intention.
You mean physically or metaphysically?
Anyway, I know that warriors have a significant attachment to their weapons. I understand this. The pride of your armaments. So, are you attached to this sword?
I am.
Well, I have a couple of options for that. I can break that weapon down for you if you want, and make it into another piece of weaponry for you, if you so wish. She sniffs a little bit into the air. You strike me as one that fights with your fists. Am I mistaken?
No.
Oh, never mind then. Oh no, as a no, she's not mistaken.
Yes, she's not mistaken.
Okay. I could probably reforge that weapon into something, a cestus perhaps? Something that could enhance your punching capabilities. Unless there's anything else I need to know about that weapon first.
Well, it's hard to explain, but the sword is, cursed as it is blessed. It's a very, let's just say it has a troubled past that I'm afraid to awaken.
I have seen many cursed armaments come across, and I have emerged victorious every time. I promise you your sword is no different.
Well, humor me if you will. I was wondering, instead of breaking the sword down, what if you could add a weapon to it, or merge it with another weapon. You see, Leighton reaches from within his cloak and pulls out the big ray, like Gatling gun revolver we got from the ziggurat.
Yeah, the ray gun.
Yeah, and puts it on the table, and is like, "What can that do for this?"
She looks over at that and sneers over at the gun. Pathetic. She holds it up. This was made by a machine, not by someone's hands. I would love to break it down for the scrap that it's worth. She turns over to you. I can do something with that. Break down this piece of garbage and smelt it into your cursed blade. If you would allow me so, I think I may even be able to learn more about your cursed sword.
Aye. Leighton looks over to Armstrong with a twinkle in his eye. What do you think, Captain?
I think you're an absolute madman, and that you should absolutely do this.
She holds out her hand. Let me see the sword one more time.
Leighton gives her the sword.
She holds on to the hilt with one hand. She holds it very easily. And then you see her begin to do a motion. Ah, yes. This would be very easy using these parts from this piece of scrap that you've given me, snarling at the gun once again. As she holds the great sword up in her hand, she grabs the hilt with both hands. And she as she does so, she closes her eyes as the sword itself appears to bathe within the fire of the Black Star. It's this inverted sort of black and white energy. And as she does so, she opens her eyes, handing you the sword back again. But the outline of the blade from the Black Star energy just... It stays there. It stays hovering there in the air, looking as if some sort of blueprint that she wants to work from. She hands you the weapon. Looking at the gun, she says, I think your sword needs a bit more utility than power. Sometimes it's good to swing with all your might, like a hammer to an anvil, or an axe to down a tree. But sometimes you need a bit more finesse. She grabs the hilt of this illusionary immortal that hovers there in the air. And as she does so, her left arm and right arm moves apart while grabbing the hilt. And as it does so, it appears as if the sword breaks in half, snaps in half. And now she's holding what appears to be a long sword and a short sword. And as she looks over to you, she says, do you see the utility of this? Sometimes it's good to swing with both hands, but sometimes you need some options. And she begins swinging the long sword and short sword variants in her hands before combining them back together into a great sword. Would this suffice for you?
Above board, Brett.
Yes.
This basically, it takes the great sword, turns it into two swords.
Yep.
What is the tactical advantage of that?
You get an additional attack because you're able to attack with your offhand.
As opposed to what I was doing already, which was 2 attacks?
Yeah, so you already have extra attack with the 2 attacks. This allows you extra attack along with your offhand weapon. And then you're able to, with that offhand, you're able to, essentially what it does is if you wish to flurry of blows with the weapons, it allows you to attack an additional time with the flurry. So your flurry allows you to attack twice, correct?
Yeah.
This will allow you to attack 3 times with flurry with your offhand.
I see.
So this essentially gives you 5 attacks.
Oh shit.
Dang.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. In addition to that, you would also be able to you would gain a range attack if you decide to use the sword for that. That would no longer that you would have proficiency with. You would be able to actually attack with your sword as if it were a ray gun that you had proficiency with, giving you a little bit more utility with the weapon.
So you're telling me that the Immortal is now a great sword, a short sword, a long sword, and a gun?
Correct. She can do all of them for you.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking hype. I'm in.
Yeah, it essentially becomes a very utility weapon.
Yeah, I'm good with this.
She smiles at you. I'm going to need some time with the blade. There's an order in front of you from a little furry man. And she looks back at the great axe. What did you say, Gerard?
I was just gonna say something dumb. Just,
Oh, please.
How furry?
Well, and then she looks over at you. Well, kind of like you, but... And then she stretches her own fur from her face. But a big old spiky bushy beard. Maybe even half your size as well.
Aye. How much time do you need?
I have all the time in the world here. So, this will be done in a number of sessions. So, for a few sessions, you will not have the sword. You'll have to rely on your own monk weapons, aka your fists. But she will also inform you when the weapon is done. All you would have to do is teleport back to Atlas. For individuals that are attuned here, you're able to send communications for all those that are attuned to Atlas. You are not attuned to it. She would let you know and said, I simply need to send you a message. Have you become acclimated here like the young boy?
This is my first trip.
Then perhaps you would do best to visit the shrine. She points over to the north. A floating chapel is off in the distance as the stairs elevate. Once you attune yourself... Her name is Amanda, yes.
Oh, Amanda? Oh.
Yeah, once you attune yourself here to Atlas using the chapel, I will be able to send you a message very easily.
Aye. Just one question for you. You seem to know a lot about manufacturing and improving items, but do you know anything about crafting armor from the ground up?
She nods. Easily.
I'm a simple man, but I lack armor. I haven't really found anything that lets me move and be as nimble as I'd like to be while protecting myself.
So, just so you know exactly how monks work specifically, you do best when you are unarmored, because you get to add your wisdom bonus to it. She would be able to give you a piece of cloth with an armor bonus on it that would not impede in that. So she would look over at you, look at your clothes, and say, I'm certain I can make something for you if you wish. You seem to be a bit more nimble, though. Armor would be a detriment. But if you're looking for a little bit more something on the defensive side, well, perhaps a nice cloak for you,
Sure.
I can get to work on that right away. She'll snarl a little bit.
Well, Captain
also,
Green, geared up, aren't you?
Well, I do want to let you know as well, because you have a Ring of Protection +2, she will not be able to provide you any more additional support as far as armor goes.
Would she be able to add armor or defense to, say, the bat cloak that I have?
Let me see what you actually have on, and I can tell you. So, yeah, Gerard, above board, she can't add anything additional to you because you already have a ring of +2, protection +2.
Have the and that's towards my armor class, right?
That is correct.
And so, but what would the cloak do? I guess.
The cloak would only add +1 to your armor, and you'd have to choose either or. And your ring is already better than the cloak. Would be better than the cloak.
I see what you're saying. It's not like I can.
They don't
Gotcha.
stack. Yeah, they don't stack.
Understood.
Luna, for your cloak actually doesn't provide you any armor class whatsoever. So she would be able to turn that into a +1, giving you +1 armor class, if you so wish.
Cool. Blacksmith Amanda, and Luna holds out her arm and does the thing where she kind of flashes her dragon scales for a second. And she says, I have always wanted to wear armor that was inspired by the dragons that I descended from. Is there any way that you could take this cloak and perhaps make it a bit more defensive for me without losing the magical ability on it?
She smiles to you, looking over at it.
You seem to be of dragon descent. You're rare from your world. Rare from any world. Dragons don't exist here. They perished long ago when Divin Void were slain and Io had fallen.
She chuckles a little bit before holding out a hand of black star energy forms around her hand, pulling into what appears to be a portable hole, a pocket dimension. She pulls out an old bag. Alis, you actually recognize this bag as the same bag that Doki was holding when you were facing off against him. As she opens up the bag, you just kind of like look inside and you see a variety mixture of spices, as well as just as an assorted mix of just knickknacks here. But one thing she takes a note as she pulls out, she holds what appears to be green dragon scales, covered in the dust of cinnamon and saffron, salt and pepper.
I believe I could transform your cloak into something else.
However, she snarls a little bit.
These scales are ancient and old, of a different lifetime, specifically of this one. And thus the materials are poor. I believe I can conjure something. Craft something more than just weapons and armor. But I'll need something from you.
She holds the scales again.
I believe I can conjure with this. I can create a manifestation of a green dragon. If you were to slay it, I could use its scales to craft you a new cloak, using your cloak of bats as a guide.
She sniffs the cloak a little bit.
So this one turns you into a bat, correct?
Correct.
I can reforge it so that it gives you a more protective value. You wouldn't be able to transform into a bat. Instead, your transformation would allow you to turn into a dragon whelpling.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Luna's eyes
can't even
sparkle a
do
little.
that.
But as you see, I'm going to need a significant power. And that is where the dragon slaying will come from.
I'd have to kill a dragon?
She nods.
But there aren't any. Not anymore.
Oh, young lad. There do be dragons. They are just asleep. Dragons so powerful, they survived the death of your gods. Only the foolhardy would engage with a dragon. But you look just, your lot looks just a little bit foolish,
Thanks.
As much as I
Armstrong is
want
like
to...
smiling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything to say that we can't communicate with the dragon?
I'm afraid your dragons have lost their minds. The death of their gods they so attuned to would do that to you. And you're fortunate they have gone into an insane slumber, constantly in a state of painful nightmares.
Oh. So it'd be essentially putting them out of their misery anyway, is what you're saying.
She nods.
The dragons do suffer, that is correct. You would be
Luna
doing
looks
them
a
a
bit
favor.
more- At first, Luna wasn't sure she'd be able to do that because she felt, conflict about the idea of killing a dragon. But then when it's clarified that they're suffering, she's like, oh, okay. How would we find these dragons? Do you know?
She thinks to herself.
Well, in this Io, all of them are dead. But your reality might have a few dragons still around. I would need some time to scry, but I believe I could get that information to you.
So we can check back when the sword is done.
I can also send a message to you if need be, once you've attuned yourself here to this city.
She points to the chapel once again.
All right, Wolfie.
Kyron kind of walks up and
Looks-
lifts her arms.
What about me? What about me?
she
Buff me up, Wolfie!
As you lift your arms, she looks over at you and eyebrow raises. With ease, she picks you up to put you at face level to her.
I don't believe that I can forge people, but I see you've got some spunk in you, youngin'.
You're off on the ground right now. She has effectively given you an uppies.
Kyron's legs are swinging. And she still has her arms up.
What do you want, little one?
Whatever you can do for me, I guess.
She'll put
Layton's
you-
getting some cool stuff. Luna's getting some cool stuff. I want some cool stuff too. Come on.
Got any weapons or armor that I can smith for you?
She thinks.
I kind of just bite things to death,
She points at her.
Do you
shirt.
have any kind of mechanical bracers for the young one's teeth?
She looks. She's like,
I'm a druid.
Deadpan.
looks over.
I see. That will require a bit more time. But I'm sure I can find something for you. Maybe while I'm searching out your dragons.
She brightens up, her eyes sparkle, and her legs kick a little faster.
She'll put you back down at that point and pat you on the head. Before
Kyron is unsure if she likes that, but she gives it a pass.
as she then at that point looks forward.
Well then, if there's nothing else, I shall get to
We
work.
got some.
Oh yeah.
Brett, above game. All right, in my inventory, maybe I don't know who will remember what this is, but in my inventory it just says Crocesque tooth, and I'm not sure if it's a full-blown tooth from like the deep one,
Ooh.
but we
Yeah.
definitely found something.
Yeah, it would absolutely be a tooth from the deep one.
Okay. Well, on the subject of teeth, I've had
this little treasure floating around in me pack for a while. And I set the tooth down.
She marvels at it as this tooth, this sort of curved, large fang, placed upon the table. She stares a little bit at it, her eyes open wide.
Now that is an interesting material. I've got a couple of options for you if you want. I can turn this into a weapon of its own. Or I can break it down for materials, allowing me to empower one of your own weapons or armor.
Above board, she can transform the dagger or the tooth into its own weapon. It would either be a dagger or a short sword, with its own acclimated abilities, probably that of a poison nature. Or she can break it down and improve any of your weapons or armor by an additional +1. And that is a stacking +1. So if you have a weapon that's +1, she can turn into a +2. If you have a weapon that's a +2, she can turn into a +3. That is
Interesting. What would the damage on a dagger be?
It'd be a 1d4, but it would count as a magical dagger, so it'd be a 1d4 +1 dagger. It would include some sort of additional poison damage that people would have to make a Constitution saving throw for. If they failed the Constitution saving throw, they would take a additional amount of damage. I would have to figure out what that damage would be, but it would be pretty significant. 2 or 3d6.
Oh. I'm also thinking just Armstrong's pretty good on weapons, so I mean I'd be willing to give that +1 to anyone if anyone needs,
What's everyone's AC?
Currently 17, but I'm also gonna give her my studded leather and see if she can make that better.
If you're studded leather, yep, you have a regular studded leather. She can improve that to +1.
Epic.
So that would make your AC 18 then.
Yeah.
Neat. -14.
Did you say it could be a +1 to anything?
To anything. And it's
Yeah,
a stacking +1, so the quality would improve by 1.
Yeah, no, I'd be very willing to give that to whoever needs anything buffed.
Leighton, Luna?
I mean, the only thing that I can add stuff to is Immortal.
That would
Mortal,
improve it. If that would,
+1.
yeah, Mortal. Well, Immortal's already a +1 weapon, so that would improve it to +2.
Yeah, the only equipment I have is the back cloak, and then I have I think 1 or 2 daggers and the short bow.
And she's already improving your short bow. But if you apply the tooth to the short bow, you can improve it to a +2.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Entirely
I'm
up to you.
torn. I'm really tempted because the dagger would be piercing, and I'm better with piercing damage. But I don't know if it would be as good as the War Master sword.
Oh.
But Kyron, if you need more AC or something.
I mean, the thing is about Kyron is that she shapeshifts and she takes on the AC of whatever creature she is shapeshifting into.
Right.
So, I also have on that note, assuming I keep my concentration, I also have multiple HP bars in that sense. So it would only benefit me if she's in halfling mode. So I'm wanting to check what everyone else's stats are at.
Brett, I have a question.
Yes.
I have 2 rings. I have the Ring of Protection +2 and the Ring of Cosmic Claw.
Yep.
what did the Ring of Cosmic Claw do?
That gives you regeneration, 10 for 1 minute.
10 health, 10.
Huh? What do you mean?
Sorry, it gives me regeneration for
1 minute. So every round, at the beginning of the round, you heal 10 HP for 10 rounds.
Oh, when I use it.
Correct.
And if it's on me passively, I have to cast a spell from it, I guess.
No, so you have to spend an action to activate the ring, or a bonus action rather, to activate the ring. It gives you regeneration 10, and so at the beginning of each round, you heal for 10. And you get it lasts for 1 minute every day.
And I can use it whenever I want.
Correct.
Man, I have not been using it this whole freaking time.
I think you've used it a couple of times.
I don't remember using it ever, actually, but okay, that's the question I had.
Okay. Yeah, and you can have 2 rings. You can have a ring on each hand. So you have a ring of protection, you have the ring of Cosmic Claw.
And I can't improve the Cosmic Claw ring, right?
That is correct. There would be no way to improve the Cosmic Claw ring. You can apply an armor bonus to it, but again, you have a ring protection +2, so you can only get armor from one source, or you can only get bonus armor from one source. Excuse me.
And okay. And just to make sure, the ring of protection is +2 to armor class, right? Okay. It's not showing up in the armor class bonus has never showed up in my D&D sheet, so I've just had to like manually remember that I have +2 to my armor class.
1 moment, please.
What's that?
I said 1 moment. Let me go ahead and check.
Okay.
Because it should work. If it hasn't been working, then there's something else happening behind the scenes, and I have to figure out what that is. Okay, so your inventory, ring of protection +2, warding. You get a +2 bonus to the AC. Hold on. It's because you haven't attuned. So.
Oh, I have to attune it?
Yep, I've already tuned it for you. So either now or within 10 minutes, your AC is now 17.
Hey, there we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yo, Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
No. Please go on. Ask whatever you need.
I wasn't really gonna ask anything. Because of all this talk, I went into my inventory and like scrolled down my equipment, and I just realized that there's a shield that I never equipped on Chiron.
Would you like to equip that shield?
Like, that's 2 AC that I haven't been using this whole time.
No!
God. Okay, so I guess Chiron has 16 AC now. That she could have had from the beginning.
Oh my god, incredible.
I'm dying. Hey, I don't know how to play D&D, guys.
No, hey, that's okay. Now you know.
Oh my god.
That's all good. It's all good. It is a it is a shield. Is it a shield or is it a plate? You just use a dinner plate to defend against yourself.
Can it literally just be a dinner plate?
It could be if you'd like.
Hell yeah.
It could be a pan if you want, just to kind of like keep your like an oven lid or something, like a
pan lid. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah,
I actually love it.
Absolutely. In fact, do you want it to be a pan lid?
Yes.
All right.
Amazing. I love it.
She uses it as a makeshift dinner plate whenever she has like a lot of food.
All right. You'll see it on your character sheet reflected. Your shield is named Pan Lid.
Oh my god, I love it.
So there you go. It'll take up to 10 minutes for it to reflect on your character sheet.
No worries. That's excellent.
All right. So with that, she mentions that she's able to give each of you messages of what happens, but you'll need to acclimate yourself with the city of Atlas by visiting the shrine. Visiting the High Chapel, she mentions.
Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, can she enhance my pan lid?
1 second. I believe she can.
Oh my god. Kyra will lift her arms up again and wave at her to get her attention and just hold her pan lid up.
She looks at it with her eyebrows raising. She's like,
Girl, where did you find this?
As she pulls it out.
I don't remember.
She looks at this and she hits it, and it gives a solid like dung dung dung. She's like,
Can you do anything with it?
Yeah, I could do something with it. Who in their right mind would forge a shield into a... Is this a pat? Is this a pot lid?
Yeah.
she shrugs, puts it down
It's
with the pile.
convenient.
Yeah, I can improve it. Do you want it to still be a pot lid?
Yeah, sure, why not? As long as it's stronger, I don't care. It's easy to eat off of.
Okay, all right then. So you're interested in food. I'll keep that in mind.
As she then puts it there. All right, so she's improving. Let me go and get the list. She'll be improving. And by the way, this can be done. The +1 is done extremely quickly because she's been doing this forever. So we're doing a short bow +1, studded leather +1. We're doing a pot lid +1. Was there anything else? Any mundane item you wanted her to work on? I feel like there was like another thing that Luna gave her.
Oh, a dagger?
Did you give her a dagger? Is that what you gave? I thought you gave her something to like.
Oh, I gave her a short bow in the beginning.
Yeah, short bow I've got.
Okay, I could give daggers too if that's easy.
Up to you. Yeah, if you want to give her daggers, you can do that too.
Sure, yeah, I'll give her my daggers.
All right, so I've got the list of short bow, studded leather, pot lid, 2 daggers. And then I've got, for long-term projects, Immortal.
I guess let's go ahead and make the dagger out of the Kraken tooth.
Okay, so you want the, you want to do the dagger?
Yeah, too cool to pass up.
All right, the Crochesk dagger will also be in the long-term project, so that'll take some time.
Okay.
Immortal Crochesk dagger is going to be worked on. Short bow, studded leather, pot lid, and the 2 +1 daggers is your mundane weapons. Everyone else good on their mundane items?
Do I keep the cloak for now until...
Yeah, you'll keep it now because you'll need the scales of dragons to improve your bat cloak.
Okay.
Yeah. And she needs to find where your dragons are. So,
I don't know if this is. I just realized since we're doing so thorough cleaning of our inventories.
please.
Apparently, in my bag, I have 2 long daggers that belonged to, I guess, 2 of my crewmates from Lady Luck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with these. Is there anything I can do with them?
Let me go ahead and look at your. You said it's in your inventory. Oh, a dagger that belonged to a fallen comrade. A dagger.
I have 2 of them.
Yeah. They are, for all intents and purposes, mundane daggers.
I mean, are you gonna use them?
No, I'm not. That's why I'm like, what are these for? Is it just sentimental value?
Probably just sentimental values.
Gotcha.
Because in all intents and purposes, they would just be mundane daggers.
Word. All right, that answers all my
Karen.
questions.
Karen takes a little dagger out and waves it around.
This one too.
She just kind of like motions her head over to the pile of items, and she's like,
Put it on the pile.
She literally tosses it.
ding, 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 ding.
Well,
She'll put the great axe to the dragon scale great axe to the side. She'll drag all your items over, and she's like,
very well. I should have this done when you return. If you are visiting the chapel.
and she begins working on your items. With that, what do you do? Do you go to the chapel?
Guess so. Right, we don't have anything left.
Yeah. Alis would hand her something once everybody started walking to the chapel. But
Okay. As everyone begins to go north towards the chapel, Alis would stay behind.
Karen
It was-
waves at her and comments that she likes this wolfie.
once they started walking away, Alis would quickly like fish a drawing out of one of the books and rip it out and hand it to her and be like, "We're gonna go. Just look at that, and when we come back out, will you let me know if that's possible?" All right, great. And he'll like walk away. It's basically a he's drawn like kind of a rudimentary like blueprint because that's not what he's trained in, but the idea of it is gloves that are basically made out of conductive material. So she's got lots of different metals, but something to heighten lightning-based attacks.
Okay, so what is it again? Can you explain it again?
Gloves with some kind of like metal plating on them that can basically act as like lightning rods or like store lightning or like electric energy to heighten lightning attacks.
So you want something that enhances lightning damage?
Yes, specifically.
Yeah, she looks at the bluesmith. What the fuck?
The bluesmith.
The bluesmith. The blueprints, and she's like, "Boy."
Yes.
Where are you going in such a hurry?
Well, they're walking away, and they took up a lot of your time, so I figured I would just give you a drawing.
What is this?
And she points over at the drawing.
You work with metal, and metal conducts electricity, and I'm a sorcerer, and I specialize, or rather I have a... It's for making lightning attacks better, essentially.
Let me see your hands, boy.
He can make a face and show her his hands really hesitantly. They're like covered in ink and shit.
Back of the hands, please.
He'll flip it over. I don't like this, just so you know.
Understandable. Come here, boy.
And you'll see her like go open a house that's literally filled with various ingots and metals and forging materials as she'll look around, and she pulls out what appears to be just a giant block of this ashy smeared clay, and she slaps it here on the table, and she's like, and she just smooths it out with her paws and then points and says, "Hands, boy. Let me see your marks."
He'll put his book away and like go to put his hands on the block and look at her like, "This is what you want me to do?"
Push it in, and you just kind of feel like the dirt and grime from the clay just kind of like squeeze within your hand.
He'll make kind of a disgusted face. Ugh.
Hold it there, please.
She'll pull out what appears to be a larger, more dirtier block of clay before she comes in, and she's like,
"Don't be startled."
And then she slams the clay block on top of your hands,
He fucking
pressing
jumps,
it in.
Making a mold of my hands.
She nods.
So you'll make it then?
Should
You can
not.
make these.
She nods.
It's ingenious. You mages are always figuring out better ways to blow yourself up.
And she lefts. And then she just slams. She squeezes the clay between your hands at that point in time. And then
He looked really proud of himself, like I am quite smart, aren't I? And then the second she starts like messing with the clay again, he like gets nervous.
All right, look away, please.
she seems to be holding what appears to be a sort of like bag. It looks like like a water skin bag. And she then coats over she opens up, she's like,
"Don't mind the smell."
And she coats over the clay what appears to be some sort of liquid. You smell it and recognize it as an oily, almost gasoline-like smell. Your studies know that this smell is very combustible before she looks back over into here. She turns back from the house, pulling out what appears to be a golden idol of a dragon whelpling. And she says, "Don't be alarmed," as she goes over to your side.
Stop saying that!
You might want to look away.
As she points the idol, a scorching red flame blows over the clay covered in this liquid as it almost blinds you if you're looking towards it. You feel the immense heat of this point off your arms, almost singeing whatever little hairs might be over on your wrists. And she just looks staring into the light. What is Aelis doing this entire time?
The second that she's like, you might want to look away, he like goes to argue with her, and once she holds the thing up, he looks away immediately. Like, never mind, it's not worth it.
It stops at that point in time. She snuffs a little bit as she grabs the golden idol. Your hands feel as if they are now in solid rock, completely petrified. She pulls out a blacksmith's hammer and a chisel as she then walks back over.
This won't hurt.
She takes the chisel to the block of stone and slams it once with the blacksmith's hammer. It hurts. As it then cracks open through the middle of the side. She lifts off the top, and there you see a perfect cast of your hands.
I'll lift my hands out and start rubbing them, like, so delighted to have them out of there.
I can make your thing. It'll take some time.
His eyes will light up and he'll nod. Yes, thank you.
As he then continues to work on the mundane weapons.
He'll start to walk away, and then really quickly he'll backtrack again and go, by the way, I don't intend on blowing myself up, thanks.
You're not the last mage to say that. Or you're not the first mage to say that. You definitely won't be the last.
He backtracks again and then thinks better of it. Just follows the group.
So, you guys begin to travel north as you ascend up the stairs into what appears to be a floating and decadent chapel. You enter within its halls and enjoy its splendor. As Aelis, you return to the back of the chamber, the ruling seat, the chamber of the eight. Is it this one?
Remember when we murdered a guy here?
Oh yeah, you absolutely murdered a guy. Well,
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah,
I wasn't involved.
Oh, sorry, wrong map. Boom, boom. All right, let me go ahead and make this theme. Do I want that theme, or do I want this theme? Nope. And is this theme more? Yep. That's the one. Okay, we'll just use this theme. You enter within the chapel halls.
Sorry, real quick. Laura's not here right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what happened?
She's bathroom break.
Oh,
I
okay.
see.
Sorry.
It's like, what?
Laura's not with us anymore.
I just want to make sure that she catches the important
Laura
stuff.
is gone.
Laura is gone. All right.
Laura!
We shall wait.
Laura!
How are you guys enjoying Atlas so far?
It's really cool, dude.
Good.
Dude, free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked because I'm getting a butt ton more AC that I didn't know I was supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Any opportunity to like double check what you have is good.
I'm like in pain. God.
I also really like this werewolf blacksmith.
Me too. I love her.
She's super badass.
She was an old character in the offline campaigns.
Yeah, she's from the original
I
campaign.
love her.
She's modeled after our friend Manda, who did art a lot for everyone, and she requested that if she could be in the D&D game, that she could be some sort of blacksmith that was a werewolf. And I was like, you got it, champ. And so now it's always
awesome.
Manda the blacksmith that has been an Atlas. So I wanted to make sure that I continued to give her the passing nod.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. We shall wait for Laura. I will also text. Let me know when you have returned.
Laura, sweet Laura. Will you be mine?
My darling dear.
Lamia,
Love you for all time.
Lamia just said in chat, I love she, and I'm just like, excellent. There's going to be plenty of Manda fan art then. I'm super excited.
Look, I'm not saying that Mana could suddenly find a family in our crew, but that would be pretty hype.
Sorry, other campaigns. Manda's a pirate now.
Yeah, this is sort of a,
You don't get free stuff. Only we get free stuff.
Here's your bandana. Here's your hat, and come on board.
Come on board. All right, Laura's back. So you enter, huh? Oh, sorry, you said welcome back. Okay, cool. You enter into what appears to be a large and decadent chamber. Ancient statues of old gods, specifically Alis you recognize now as formerly Div and Void, stand. The glass-like pillars still remain over here, and in the center of it, the chamber. This is the Chamber of the Eight, also the throne of the former throne of the ancient city of Atlas. A strange power pulls you into the center of the room. You are free to roam and tell me what you'd like to do.
Kyron's
This is
just
the room
cautiously
where-
looking around.
Mm-hmm.
This is the room where we saw the heroes. They were in these chambers.
It's kind of creepy.
Very.
Armstrong, as you enter the center of the room, you feel a power pulling over you to the center. Same with Leighton and Luna and Kyron.
Who am I to argue with the power pulling me?
A power wishes to attune to you.
Oh yeah, this is what we were. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it make imprinting upon your spirit, your soul. For you, Armstrong, you feel it pulling to your vessel.
My vessel.
Yourself, your human vessel,
Oh.
your mortal vessel.
My vessel?
I was like, my ship.
My ship. As all four of you gather into the room, you feel this strange power. As you see, for a brief moment, flashes of memories that are not yours. Specifically of an ancient civilization that seemed to be doing some sort of common ritual ceremony. All of them appear to be the same race that Levin was, the individual of the headmaster of the Astral Academy.
Kyron shakes her head. She doesn't like intruding memories.
The memories are instant, but then completely fade away. Do you wish to
feel that?
Do you wish to accept this power that is attempting to imprint upon you? It seems to be that of a nature that would empower each and every one of you.
Alis has already done this. Is
Yeah.
that correct? Do we know that?
Oh, you're free to ask any questions you want or talk to Alis. You're free to do that.
Alis, I'm feeling something.
It's probably just the attunement that Manda was talking about.
Probably.
Probably. He'll shrug.
Should we be worried?
I don't think so. I don't think that there's anything left in here.
Well, I will accept this attunement.
Does anyone object? Leighton, Luna, do you accept?
Yes.
What exactly are we accepting? Just to the attunement?
There's power trying to fuse with your body right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I accept.
Power? Yes.
In that case.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude! Have you seen my sword, bro? I'm all power, bro.
So with that, the chamber itself doesn't infuse a power within you, but instead awakens something. Since you all are also since you all are keepers of the memory, an ancient power of Io, of its previous denizens before Io had essentially been taken over by invaders. An ancient race long since extinct of Astari have passed this power known as the memory onto its denizens, onto its people, its descendants, I want to say, right? Yeah, its descendants. And continues to pass onto certain individuals. And all four of you are capable of accepting this memory that has been imprinted within you, this latent power that's been within you, well, since your creation, since your birth. And now it has awakened. You are now attuned to the altered city of Atlas. All of you are now capable of creating the ritual teleportation that will take you to Atlas. You and 10 other willing participants. The same spell that Alis is able to do, you all are able to do. But more importantly, since now this entire campaign has now been attuned to the altered city of Atlas, your power of the memory has awakened within you. This includes Alis, something that not even Alis knows about. So, I would like to let you know, as far as class limits are concerned, the maximum level is level 10, and you all are level 9. You all have now gained power of an individual from a previous memory, the memory that you bear.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa.
So, I will let you all know now, you all have leveled up.
What?
Whoa!
What?
Fuck
Whoa.
yes.
Excuse me?
But with a twist.
Mm.
You all have to choose a second class right now.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Can it be any class?
I know what the
It can
classes
be
are.
it can be any class.
Can I
as-
look at the classes to see what they are?
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't I don't need the answer right now, but we can definitely talk about it.
So you said right now.
Oh, sorry. As in, like, you're leveling up now. But I'm sorry. What I mean is you're leveling up now, but I don't mean, like, give me your answer, like, this instant. I mean, like, we're going to level up right now. As the keeper of the memory that you have has essentially been power that has continued to transfer between past chosen individuals over and over and over and over. You all are able to essentially now tap into a previous memory bearer, which means, for example, Alis, since your previous memory bearer was Wazy, if you wanted to level up into fighter right now to continue to actually gain traits of Wazy, you're able to do that. Of course, you're able to continue to go previously down the memory bearers, choose any class you want. You can use any RP reason for that. You can also create a character of history at that point in time that could have been a memory bearer to base your multi-class off of. There is no prerequisite requirement. You're able to choose whatever class you want. But as you continue to overcome challenging encounters, you will now be gaining levels in this secondary memory class, essentially. So with that, what is a secondary class that each and every one of you would like to do?
Fighter, baby!
All right.
I'm gonna be so broken.
Mm-hmm. And the rest of you...
From the get-go, I was thinking like way long ago when I was thinking about conceptualizing Chiron, I was like, barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
That would be perfect.
Little halfling barbarian druid
somewhere.
Yeah, I can give you that class list. Give me 1 second. Well, bam. And it could be
I
no,
just
you're
don't
good.
know enough about D&D to like make the call. So
No, absolutely. And we can spend that time now talking about it.
I want to be a bard.
Oh my
Okay.
god, that's literally what I was thinking about doing.
Oh
You
my
do it.
god.
You do it.
Do you want to? Should we not? But do you want to do it?
I think we should choose different things. So if you want to be bard, you should do it.
So when we multi-class that, we're gonna be able to take on traits of a level 1 of whatever we choose, correct?
That is correct. Oh, also, you might have noticed that your HP has changed. I don't know. I was waiting for someone to point it out, but I don't think anyone did. Like, for example, Leighton has-
I saw the 108 and I was like, what the fuck is that about? But I wasn't gonna bite the hand that feeds.
No, it's all good. New IO ruling. Instead of rolling for hit points, you always get max hit points.
Oh.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. So whatever class you choose, you're going to get a max version of that hit point. It just seemed easier than rolling for hit points and some people being more powerful than others. Now everyone is at the same level. Smiles and wrings hands as DM. Yes, enjoy those extra hit points.
You were not just gonna be totally broken? We're gonna actually need these extra... The game's gonna be balanced around us having more HP?
Yep.
Crazy.
That's insane, right? Oh, thank you very much, Mr. DM. You're welcome. 68 points of damage as it punches you in the face. Luna, are you thinking of taking Bard?
If Alice wants to do it, I don't want to take it away from her.
No. Do it.
Are you sure?
So good. You get bardic inspiration at first level. You should absolutely do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
It actually,
I'll do
it
Bard.
also syncs very well with your sorcerer because your spellcasting ability is charisma. Bard spellcasting is also charisma. All of their bardic abilities specifically comes from charisma, so it actually would be very effective to be a sorcerer bard.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So when you level up to level 10, you would choose a different class, specifically bard. And you are now a level 9 sorcerer, level 1 bard.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Alice, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about paladin, dude.
Whoa, shit.
Oh, cool.
Hot damn.
Give me a minute. Has everybody else chosen stuff already?
I'm not really chosen.
Yeah, I'm assuming Armstrong, you're going fighter.
I would like to, but I'd also consider other things if Leighton wants to go fighter.
Leighton, what are you're looking at all the classes right now. What yeah, go for it.
I was thinking about going rogue.
Oh shit.
Just because I'm such a heavy hitter, imagine if I also get free sneak attacks.
Sneak attack? Mm-hmm.
Sneak attack with 5 fucking attacks in it. Bye-bye.
You would also get to choose, I think, a couple of skills with expertise to double your proficiencies into, making you very good with those skills.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like the coolest option for me. But that's also your class too, right, Hunter?
Yeah, my main class is rogue.
I am strength based, but like, it's stupid for a monk because I've never really had strength come into factor because I think the damage is based on dex for the monk, isn't it?
Nope, it's based off strength with the
is
sword
it?
that you've been using. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, so maybe
your strength has always been higher. So
right, I have some pretty high strength. I'm just trying to think like
finesse, specifically finesse allows you to use dexterity, but it allows you to choose whether you want to use strength or dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be a strength rogue. That is a archetype. Also, for RP purposes, if you'd like, go ahead and think of a previous individual that you would like to mark into IO history that you'd be gathering this memory from. So, for example, Armstrong, your memory could be based off of a ancient thug of a pirate that, you know, was a fighter, if you wanted to go ahead and do something like that.
Yeah, I have an idea of a character from Armstrong's backstory that might work.
Okay. They would probably, well, they could still be living.
No,
But
he's dead.
Okay, yeah, but you would definitely be like linked to them at some point in time. So, Kyron, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, I'm not sure. I'm still kind of like thumbing through some of these things, but I'm thinking maybe barbarian.
Like actually just go the barbarian route?
Would match so well.
Yeah, because I'm like looking
Yes.
at there's unarmored defense, and if I took off the leather armor and just went with that, she would immediately get +2 AC.
oh my gosh,
She would
That's also-
have like 18. Which would be kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm. And then
And
you can
also
rage.
Yeah.
You can get into baby rages.
Kyron's hangry.
Yeah, Kyron's angry. Yeah, I think I probably will go barbarian.
Let me double check something real quick.
Ooh, I can wear medium armor. I'm gonna have Manda upgrade my chainmail that's in my inventory for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna. The next group that comes to talk to Amanda is gonna be like, "Look like you got a backlog there. Working on some stuff or what?"
Oh no, this is heavy armor. What?
The only thing is when you rage, you can't cast spells while you rage. But I believe you can rage and then shift into an animal.
Yeah, because that doesn't count as a spell cast, really.
Mm-hmm.
Reading the description for Bard, and I think I'm a Bard in real life.
You are a bard in real life.
Yeah, you
You
are.
are
That may be true,
absolutely
yeah.
a bard in real life. I'm just like, I had to think about it for a moment, and then I'm like, wait, Laura, music, singing all the time. Yeah, you're a bard. You are absolutely an IRL bard. Yes, specifically from Wild Shape, Kyron, you can rage while you're in Wild Shape.
So I can wild shape and then rage?
Yep.
It can go either way. Neat. Okay.
You retain
cool.
the benefit of any class features from your class, race, or other source, and can use them in the new form if it's basically physically able to do so. So you can
Cool.
literally transform into a dire to a saber-tooth tiger, and then as a bonus action, go into a rage, which makes you resistant
Oh my
to
god.
which
An
makes you
enraged saber-tooth
That's
tiger.
fucking
That is
good.
horrifying.
that also
Do
makes you
that.
yeah, that also makes you incredibly tanky because you are resistant to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning sources, which means you only take half damage from that.
Neat.
And you deal like 2 extra, what I think your rage damage is +2, or yes. So all your attacks deal 2 extra points of damage. You also gain advantage on all your strength checks while you're raging.
And wait, so does unarmored defense also increase the AC of my animal forms?
You take the AC specifically of your animal, I believe, in wild.
Okay.
Actually, no. You maintain the form, so why not wearing any armor? Your armor class equals 10 plus your dex plus your con modifier, which means, yeah, actually, you know what? That is true. Your AC would probably improve by your Constitution modifier whenever you shift into animals.
Neat.
Whoa.
That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Wait, how does one rage and concentrate? For wild shape, you do not need to maintain concentration. It isn't a spell. As a druid, you just literally shift into the animal.
Hell yes, I'm about this. Yeah, I'm going barbarian. So when I go into a rage, can I just say that Kyron's hangry?
Absolutely. You can flavor your rage any way you want.
She hangry.
We like say something to her like we're all out of food.
You have to use
all of her rage as an RP.
You have to use the animal's dex plus con for an armor and defense. Yep, that's right. That's correct, chat. By the way, if you'd like to go ahead and rules lawyer me, head on over to our ad Discord. There's a channel just for you, so you can tell me when I'm right or wrong. Mostly wrong though. Yeah. So Kyron, you are gonna be choosing barbarian.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. And okay, I think that's everyone except Ayla. Funny enough.
This guy.
I also haven't decided yet. I'm torn between a rogue and barbarian. I haven't decided yet. I'm having a hard time.
Okay.
Anyways, talk about Alis in the meantime.
Alis, what are you thinking?
I'm going paladin.
Holy shit.
I think as a kid, when he was in the Theo Mother house, because like he exhibited power so early, maybe the mothers there were really concerned about it and brought in a paladin to divine sight him to make sure that he wasn't like infernal or evil in some way. And that memory stuck with him. And so I think he's connected with in this like desire for knowledge and to be able to see like the truth of things. I think he wants that power. And so that's why he would connect with that class.
All right. Well, you would gain lay on hands, which means you can heal 5 hit points per day. And you would gain a divine sense.
And I can wear armor, bitch.
Yep, you can wear up to heavy armor. You can wear all the armor and shield, and you can have a shield if you want.
I'm very excited.
That is correct.
You might be able to take Sterling's leather armor for now, because if I'm going barbarian, I'm gonna get more from unarmored defense than I will. From
Nice. Yeah, that's true.
I have a chainmail in my bag that you could get Manda to plus up.
You still have your ring also.
Well, also, Manda is able to create armor for you as well. So if there is a specific suit of armor you would like to wear, in time, she can actually make it for you and your measurements. That includes plate, if you want to go that far in.
I just want those gloves for now. Any armor will be incredible for this character. I have 13 AC.
Yep. All right. And Leighton, you're gonna think between barbarian and rogue?
I'm just trying to think where the synergy's best optimized, you know what I mean?
You can go synergy. You can also go flavor. You could go a darker route and choose Warlock, since you are the keeper of the souls and using the dark energies of that.
Oh, fuck. That would be tight, RP-wise.
RP-wise, it would be sick, but I definitely want to, try to go for...
Of course, whatever you want, whatever you decide to do. It is your character. Ultimately, you get to choose how you'd like to play it.
Just trying to, find the... I don't know.
But yeah, essentially this is going to be an experiment, because in phase 3 of IO, everyone is required to multi-class. So everyone is a unique character, because what I've always found in D&D, things begin to fall apart after 12th level, because abilities start getting a little broken, spells start getting a little min-maxy, and it just kind of like, it kind of just becomes this like, who got the higher initiative? Okay, bang, you're dead, kind of thing. I felt like 5th edition never really balanced their end game so much. So the solution to that, since these campaigns keep ending around level 10 anyways, is that everyone is required to multi-class, which means I can now give you levels more freely. You all get to feel rewarded because you're given something, and everyone gets to feel like a complete unique character because people will choose different sets of classes.
What is a Hexblade monk? I see that in chat a lot. Is that going?
Listen, you probably don't want to. You probably don't want to read chat because they are going to. It's a lot of more advanced stuff that you guys can choose, and they're also gonna
right.
Be
I'm a basic bitch.
Yeah, Hexblade is an offset of Warlock. Essentially, it is a melee Warlock.
Gotcha. Okay.
From my understanding.
For the RP side, it'd be pretty sick.
That does make a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. That is true. But I would like you to choose what you think Leighton flavor-wise would do. But yeah, the Hexblade specifically is a new. It's essentially it's a melee Warlock. It would work well with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, so here I was gonna go Barbarian, but the problem with that is my stats are so shitty that if I used unarmored defense, it would go against. I'd have worse armor class.
You don't have to. You don't have to use an armored defense.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that is. If I'm unarmored, this is my defense. Funny enough, it's because. Oh yeah. Well, also the reason why is because you get a different bonus because of your monk's unarmored defense. So
understood.
For barbarians, it relies on Constitution. For monks, it requires Wisdom, and unarmored defense, specifically. I'm thinking to myself real quick, sorry. It's just one minor asset of the barbarian's arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a assorted feature that allows barbarians not to wear armor.
Understood. So sorry, guys. I'm gonna make a decision soon.
No.
No,
We're all just chatting and talking. We're pretty much at end session now. This was the grand reveal for this session. If you guys went to Atlas, which is hey, you're multi-classing now. Isn't that exciting? And it sounded like it was. You all very much casted like, what the fuck?
So funny because I was just like looking at feats and I was like, what am I gonna get the next time I level up?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, so you leveled up.
But with a twist.
With a twist.
With
it's
a
like
twist.
the Captain America meme. So you leveled up.
So you leveled up, and your DM's forcing you to multi-class.
So now I have the dual wielder feat and the 2-weapon fighting style.
Yeah.
So get wrecked.
Yeah.
So how does this work on the D&D Beyond side of things? Like, how does one, like...
I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're
Please
welcome.
explain, DM.
I would love to explain as I go into your character sheet and rush. So you would level up. You would yes. So once you go to your character sheet to class specifically, you would scroll down and there's actually another button that says add another class.
Cool.
I can't.
You can't. What?
Y'all.
I'm not strong enough to be a
Same.
paladin, dude.
Oh wait, what? Is it not letting? Is it not giving you
It
that
locks.
option?
There's
Prerequisites not met.
All right, hold on. Let me look at this prerequisite. We'll just up your stat to whatever the prerequisite is.
You're gonna give me 13 strength. I'm
gonna give you 13 strength.
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever the
dude.
prerequisite is.
Me too.
Go ahead and increase your stat to that.
It's my connection to Wazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm suddenly so strong.
I'm just imagining Aelus's arms just suddenly becoming guns.
You can turn off prerequisites.
Big
You can turn off prerequisites in the character builder. Chat, how? Help me. Help me,
No,
chat.
let me have 13 strength.
Yeah, I know, really, right?
Hold on. Hold. How do
All
I?
right, I'm holding. All right.
Hold the heck on.
I see it. Go to
Come on, I got the
Home.
ankles. I got the beard hairs.
Go
Let me
to-
have
go-
the muscles.
Go to what is it? The home?
home on the character builder.
Yeah.
Scroll down. There's a thing that says use prerequisite.
I see it.
Wow.
Wow, I'm so disappointed.
Ah,
Everyone
man.
everyone's sighing.
God
Just-
damn it, chat.
Almost
Just
got them arm guns.
wait. I
Had
don't
to
see it.
ruin everything.
Wait. I don't see it. Where is it? Use prerequisite or what?
Yeah, it was on there first page.
Oh, multi-class requirements. Check that off. Okay, thank you,
All right,
chat.
There we go. Pally.
Allow or restrict optional class features. What? I'll have to look more into this. Yeah, just check off multi-class requirements.
When it says like you can spend a sorcery point to re-roll a number of damage dice up to your charisma modifier, does
Yep.
that mean like if you have +6 to charisma, you can re-roll 6 dice?
That is correct.
Oh,
Oh,
you have to spend 6 sorcery points or just one? Sorcery point?
just one.
Oh.
So do we get our HP like max for our
Yep.
1 level?
Yep. Every time you gain a level, it's always max hit points now.
So do I just give myself 12 hit points then?
Yep.
Neat. Cool.
So so when you go to manage HP, you add 12 to the rolled HP. You should have 84 maximum hit points.
Neat.
Because your total possible hit points is now Kyron has 104 hit points.
Oh
Hell
my god. Kyron's a
That's some good
tank
shit.
now. Oh my god.
I have
I'm about it.
84. Literally mere sessions ago, I was like 50.
Mm-hmm.
Io's wild.
Io's wild. Yep. I've been getting a little wacky, been getting a little crazy.
Yo, I think I'm gonna go barbarian too. Actually,
Do it, dude.
I'm gonna double down on being a fucking buff boy.
If you
Do
rage,
it.
you get extra damage, and you also sorry, hold on. I have to. I'll
Yo,
show-
Leighton, flex with Kyron, please.
How do we go? What's this next steps? Is it on this character sheet?
Yep. So when you go to level up your character sheet as normal, and you go over to your class, scroll all the way down. It'll say add another class. And then you press add and select barbarian.
So we're going to level 10. Is that what it is?
That is correct.
Add another class. Gotcha.
Yep. You're effectively a level 10 character now. A level 10 character with a twist. How is that concept, guys? Is that pretty exciting to you all?
Yeah, that's cool.
This is rad.
Oh yeah. Well, I was not expecting this.
Cool.
Okay. I think I did it.
I think you did it as well. I don't even have to check because I believe that you did it. You are level 11. You did not do it.
Oh no.
Okay, so drop your monk back down to 9.
Gotcha. Understood.
Yes. I believe in you. Looks at character sheet. I no longer believe in you. That's okay. That's an easy fix.
How do I do my
I changed it back.
HP for when I level up to 11 and 1?
Okay, 11 and 1? Question mark?
Sorry, 10 and 1.
You are 9 and 1.
Oh, 9 and 1.
Yeah, so your
Oh,
sorcerer
we were
is
8
still.
before.
No, your sorcerer was 9. Your bard is now 1.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you get 1 bard, and you keep your sorcerer at 9, and that will make your total level 10. You want your total level to equal the combination of your classes.
Or do I choose standard array, manual rolled, or point buy?
You don't touch any of that because that is to make a different character sheet. So go. So to your sorcerer section. Go back to class.
Okay.
What did you? Oh, okay, I see. Set that 10. Drop that to 9. Because that is what your sorcerer level is supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my hit dice is 9d8 plus 1d12.
That is correct. Add 12 hit points to your rolled to the rolled dice. All right, perfect. So Luna, all you do now, we level up your character as normal. So you go to manage HP. Your rolled HP has changed. So hold on one second. 9 times 6, 54. Plus 8.
Yeah, I think mine aired out and didn't give me any HP increase.
So your roll. So
mine went down.
Yeah, yours went down for some reason. So it's probably because you set it to fixed, and fixed makes it the average middle. As a rule of thumb, since your HP is always the max, look at your hit dice. So for example, Laura has 9d6 plus 1d8, which means she will multiply 9 with 6 as if she rolled all 6s, and then with the 1d8 just add 8. So your rolled hit points will be a 62, which I've already set it as. So Laura, your HP is actually going to be 91.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thick
Do I just
kids.
put that manually in the
Every time
character sheet?
Yeah, every time you level up, you would go to manage HP, and then just type out what your maximum potential hit points would be without the Constitution modifier.
Okay.
If you would like me to set that up for you, I would be more than happy to do that, Ever, because D&D Beyond, unfortunately, does have a little bit of, not a lot of creative freedom, which is why we're probably going to open it so that anyone can use any different type of character sheet, since D&D Beyond is pretty limited with its D&D rules. Also, Laura, in case you did not know this, when you hit manage spells, you can cast spells as a bard as well. So now you have a new spells list that you get to manage as bards and learn a bunch of new spells.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. And these spells are a combination of arcane and divine spells. So you'll actually see spells in here that you wouldn't be able to learn before.
This is so neat.
Wait, do I get a new feat with level 1 barbarian?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Brett, so I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, please. I'm happy to answer anything.
I had 107 before I leveled up. I added a barbarian level. Do I gain HP?
Yes, you do. You gain 12 more HP. So you would go into your rolled HP. Which says 72 right now. You would just simply add 12 to that. So it should be 84 now. You have 124 hit points.
Oh, that is very wrong then. So my rolled HP is 84 then?
Correct.
Oh yeah, that looks about right now. Okay.
I'm also in your character sheet, so I'll back out in case it didn't save. But yeah, to your maximum hit points is gonna be 124. And also keep in mind, I'll double check everyone's hit points to make sure they're rolled correctly. There is nothing to worry about.
Vicious mockery.
Yep, Vicious Mockery is a staple bard spell.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Now it's updated on my D&D sheet.
Yep.
There we go.
I see it on your token.
Look at that, 124. Let's go.
The kitty gloves are coming out because now you will soon introduce the dragon locations in IO. The dragons are also super bosses. You're essentially unlocking all the super bosses of IO. All optional, of course, but all extremely dangerous with plenty of rewards.
It's like the emerald and ruby weapon at the end of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so there's the Fallen Heroes, which are effectively super bosses of IO in itself. And then once Amanda does her research, there are 8 dragons that are in IO, all of which have gone insane. There are no good or bad dragons. They're all just these powerful, because they are the dragons that survived the death of their gods. And because they were specifically so powerful. And they have the strength of ancient challenge rating 21 dragons. But fortunately in IO, they all have different mechanics to allow you to lower their abilities at that point in time, so that they aren't doing challenge rating 21 damage to you. So all of you are able to fight these dragons, but you may want to gather a secondary party to join, as they are more for anyone with 6 to 8 people. You can fight them with 5 people, but man, it's gonna be fucking challenging. But since we are at the end game now, a lot of optional content has been introduced to you guys that you all are free to challenge off and fight, essentially. That you all are able to, like, hey, can we schedule an additional session so we can fight a dragon? And then I would schedule that session, and that would be the one-off session of you just fighting a fucking super boss dragon. That's the entire session.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of it's optional. It's none of it's really part of any storyline. It's just a way to make IO seem more alive, that you all have the options just to be like, yeah, me and the goblins are gonna go kill a dragon. Can we do that on Thursday? And I'm like, yep. What time do you want to do it? These are the times I'm available. And you're like, let's do, I don't know. And you're like, let's do 8 o'clock, 8 EST. And I go, okay, sounds good. And then I will schedule a session a week later for 8 o'clock EST. We will stream it. It'll be a one-off dragon fight, essentially, that'll reward you. And all the dragons themselves have lots of rewards with their own mechanics to improve the rewards that you find. So just like Monster Hunter, if you successfully break and defeat certain parts of the dragon, essentially, it increases your quote unquote loot pool of that. It also, by facing off against super bosses, will level up your memory classes. So it is an additional way to gain more power. So all completely optional. Entirely up to you guys. Yep. It's just another way for you guys to just, and like I said, you can plot with other parties as well. Now that you've gained this effectively this hub city of Altered City of Atlas, everyone is able to come here. And once more people become attuned, you're able to communicate with each other in that way as well. So you guys can actually form parties to fight off against these extraterrestrial dangerous threats, if you so desire or wish. Or if you would like to go ahead and join someone on their adventures or help them with their stories, as long as the party's cool with it, you're able to do that as well. It's just another way to connect all the parties together and have you guys essentially play in a world that will continue spinning with or without you. Your adventure is up to you to write out. Now you have the freedom to do so. So, for example, you guys are going to the Astral Academy next because that's what you want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. So next session, you guys, that's going to be you traveling to the Astral Academy and seeing what the heck's going there. If you're looking to research at that point, you may decide, okay, we've got our research on the deep one, let's pursue that. Or you could help Alis try and reclaim Wazy. Ultimately, the story is yours for the taking, yours to write. You all have the freedom to do whatever you want, and I'm here to just, present the world to you in the way that you guys want to adventure. The story itself is just determined by you guys.
Someone in chat said, I love that Alis got a bunch of memories shoved in his head and now he knows how to use a sword.
Yep.
I know Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu. So, with that, that ends today's session of the Misdemeanor. Did you guys enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right.
And Brett, can I just say I'm so glad about the detail that the dragons went crazy, because Luna would not have been able to kill a dragon otherwise. I think.
Oh yeah. They've all lost their fucking minds. And good, bad dragons. So and Silver is one of the 8 dragons. So if you want to fight a silver dragon,
yes.
they're able to do so. But they are since they are quote unquote optional content, they're all extremely deadly and dangerous, and I have no qualms having you being killed by a dragon. So yeah.
Here's the plan. No, we've got this. Here's the plan. We go, we free Wazy. Wazy's killed dragons, Sterling's killed dragons. We just get Wazy and Sterling to come with us. I play both Alis and Wazy. It'll be fine.
Perfect.
If you would like to do that madness, you are more than welcome to do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like Joe's character Sterling's already trying to form a party to hunt down one of the other previous party members, Braun, who is also still alive and essentially a religious zealot. I feel like there's going to be a campaign just about that here soon. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love D&D, and I love that you guys are just doing whatever the fuck you want. You know, you're like, oh, we'd like to go to the academy so we can learn some shit. It's like, all right, go for it. And we'll tell out that story. Meanwhile, Io continues to spin as the world itself continues to fall further into peril. Oh, speaking of peril.
Oh no.
I have something to show you, and then we've got fan art.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Are the light.
By the light. Give me 1 second. I actually have something to show you guys that I got commissioned.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Specifically, all right, let me see where it is. All right, here it is. Perfect. Oh, yeah. It is Io's skyline. What the sky of Io looks now after the defeat of Cosmikara and the tear within the sky. So that you're always seeing space and quote unquote a second sun. So let me show you this. If you would like to turn your eyes to the stream now. So here we are. This is what the sky looks like.
Gee, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah. It is a tear within space itself and the sky.
Oh my god.
Everyone can see this everywhere. The sun in the distance is quote unquote a second sun. It is specifically the Nova. It's also where we have a campaign going on in that sun right now called the Nova Hellscape. Where there are actually players playing in that sun area. And you'll also see, and Kyron will maybe recognize it. You might not be able to see it on the stream off the big distance. There appears to be a body floating in space.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Kyron hates that.
Yep.
Gets the shivers every time.
That is where Kyron went when she guest starred at the Astral Academy.
Yep, she hates that.
Fun.
Yep. So
that's why she came back traumatized.
Yep. So that is constantly wherever you look up into the sky, no matter what time of day, there is a tear in the middle of the sky. And yeah, that's what's going on in Io right now. All right. So I've got some fan art for you guys. Lamia was nice enough to draw some fan art. So
it's all Kyron. It's all Kyron.
It's always Kyron. Always was.
Those gremlin vibes.
Always has been.
Always has
mine
been.
Now?
Yep, he's mine now. Just grabbing all that food. Okay, let me just next. You never know when the next meal. We also have over here for you guys Manda with hold on, let me scroll back. Tiny Angel.
Yeah.
Cute.
As it should be.
And then finally, we have Manda giving uppies to Kyron.
Oh no!
Cute.
I love it. Oh my god, I'm
All right.
obsessed with that.
All right, and that is our Misdemeanor fan art. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been a fun time. I appreciate y'all very much. And we will be back, it sounds like not next Saturday, but on the 24th. Does that sound good with everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on the 24th, you'll depart from Atlas with your magic items in tow, specifically those of +1. Your more personalized requests will take some time. But you will travel north to the Arcane Academy in the hopes to learn more of the Deep One, as well as do a bit of a heist to acquire the adoption papers of Alis. And then from there, where will the story go? Well, that is ultimately up to you. So thank you guys so much for playing. I'll see you all next time, okay?
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
So what did you all think of today's session? Good reveals, good system reveals, I hope. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. That was a good session. Guys, if you'd like to support the world of Io, please consider supporting our Patreon. You could donate as little as $3, and each tier gives you a wonderful reward setting that's consistently updated. The $5 tier gets you 24-hour later access to MP3s of the campaign, of the previous campaign session that we go. So tomorrow, this session of the Misdemeanor will be uploaded to the Patreon for the $5 tier. The $10 tier, which will actually be uploaded tomorrow because it's Sunday, is art that is being worked on, as well as a, excuse me, as well as a map that has been used. I think this Sunday I might do the Altered City of Atlas as the map that you guys are free to use within your own campaigns, as long as they're not campaigns that can earn you revenue, like streamed campaigns or anything like that. You're free to use for your own personal use. Our $20 tier includes Game Master Notes. I will be uploading the final phase of the Cosmicara fight tomorrow against the Lagos Parasite specifically. So we've already uploaded the first two parts. Hold on, I need to get a throat lozenge. My throat's getting a little crusty. We've already got 2 chapters of notes that you are free to join and read about of the Cosmicara fight. And I upload new mechanics and new notes of the Game Master myself every week. So make sure to check that out. If you would like to also be extra generous, we have $50 tiers, $75 tiers, $125 tiers, and $300 tiers as a way to show additional support, as well as request custom magic items and custom monsters be made for you and your campaign. You can go ahead and hire me for the services of doing that once a month. If you would like to go ahead and go the extra mile and give that. Those are options available to you. So, I would also like to go ahead and give shout outs and thanks to our big sponsors. Why Not Gemology, Baker Staunch, Little Panda, Twitching Pickle, Starter Pack, Last Note, Eagle Wolf, Jeremsby, Wiry Traveler, and Con Air on DVD. Thank you guys so much for all the support and allowing me to let IO be my primary focus financially. Your patronage on the Patreon continuously helps me out, and I appreciate you all very much for that. If you'd like to go ahead and support via Twitch to get yourself some cute emotes, well, howdy! We've just got Brett2 Howdy, as you see there, our brand new emote. Go ahead and tip your cowboy hat and consider subscribing today. Check to see now if you've got a Prime sub available. If you haven't been using your Prime sub this month, consider dropping it here and get yourself some wonderful raccoon-themed emotes. every single Prime sub helps me out and allows me to do this for a living. So consider, if you've been enjoying the content here, consider dropping that here. And thank you very much for those that are our Prime subs and our ongoing tier 1 subs. If this is your first time over on an IO campaign, welcome. We've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/worldofio, where everything, all of our World of IO campaigns are uploaded. Consider heading over to that site now and checking that out. If there's other campaigns that you'd like to go ahead and check out. You can also follow me, twitter.com/BrettUltimus, to listen to my just endless ranting and my love, and also a love letter to the Fast and the Furious. It's all about family, chat. And I make sure you know that on my Twitter. So with that, the last thing that I want to do is thank all of our subscriptions. It looks like we got quite a bit of subs today. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Let me go ahead and load this list. Mute this site. Head on over to this Discord.
It's all about family.
Pop this out. All right. PG Whitebelt, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for a whole year. Much appreciated. Vuvu, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 10 months. Appreciate you all very much. Ice Battler gifted 10 subs to the community. Ice Battler, thank you so much for that love. Holy shit. If you got gifted a sub by Ice Battler, be sure to thank them in chat and pay it forward. Hi, my name is Ruin. Thank you for the Prime sub for 7 months. Gerard, yo, the Completionist, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for a whole year. That's amazing. Switch Kid, thank you for the 100 bits as well as the tier 1 sub. Switch Kid, welcome to the Rack Pack. Glad to have you on board. Enter the Morgue, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 7 months. Icy Clear, thank you, or Icy Clear, I remembered. Thank you so much for the Prime sub for 2 months. Greatly appreciate you all and your support super de duper much. You guys are fantastic, you're wonderful, and I appreciate you all very much.